So I actually went too far. I know I went too far. So here I am still trying to save it. And I'm just adding more and more mess on the page. So it's all going green. It's all going a dark khaki green colour. And I just seem to be making more and more mud. This is probably one of the biggest fears playing in any sort of art form, is to create a project of mud. This is what to me it's looking like now. I see no beauty in what I created. So what am I doing? Well, adding more ink. This was my first proper play of inks. I'd done the sample page, which you can see just above, and then I started playing on the square that was left over from when I cut the Yupo paper. But I just keep adding more and more ink. It was flooded. It was too much. I just can't seem to stop. As I said in what was a later project, but was actually, but was released earlier, I was going to hide this one, but I thought I'd show you what can happen when you do go that little bit too far. And I really thought I'd done it. I thought I had gone too far. So I just continue and I keep looking at it going, what will I do? So I stopped. I took it aside and I dried it, and I got a paper towel and I dried it off. This is the result of me taking all the excess off. Not too bad. So now what do I do with it? So now I want to find a way to use these unusual backgrounds in my art journaling method. So I decided to draw a face, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm drawing a face. I'm going to give it life, see if I can resurrect it into something that I can be happy with. So I sharpen my Inktense black pencil and I draw, and I'm drawing the face. This will give me a baseline, as trying to use the ordinary mechanical pencil, all it did was scratching the surface. It's a totally wrong surface to be using that particular pencil, but this one was working over the top. So I'm just doing a very basic face at the moment and giving it a very basic body line. So I'm not sure where it's going to go, so this is where I stopped. I'd stopped recording accidentally again, but this is where it is at this point. So this is where I got to. What I'd done was I stuck on paper over the top in the lines of where the lady was, all underneath. All that I've done there, and I'm sorry you missed out on seeing it, is all decoupaged with papers that I usually use in any of my off the page projects. So once I'd laid the papers, I added the colourings I've done in previous videos, where I actually used the paints that I've used in the past, and I've done that with the hair and with her outfit. So it was done. So what you now see me doing is I actually got my alcohol pens out. Now I haven't played with these properly since I've had them. They were a cheap pack I brought because I needed to have them, as all of us crafters find that we do. So what I thought I'd do was I'd actually add more shading with those alcohol pens. But when I done the hair, I thought I'd have a play and see if the alcohol would still react on the surface that I've created with the layers of the Chroma Seal matte media that I used, and that was layered over everything, and I've done many layers on this, and I'm so sorry I've messed up with the recordings, as I think you all would have enjoyed it. So what you saw is the fact that using a isopropyl, I was able to activate the hair again, and I was really happy with that result. So after I dried it, I really saw potential in, really felt that yes, what I wanted to do in the resurrection of this project is save it. So here I'm using a gold Sharpie like pen. I'm not sure what the brand is, and I'll add all those details on my blog. And I'm also now using alcohol pens in roughly the colours that I've used in her top. Now her top was done with a gold acrylic out of the cheap paints that I have, so but I did like the way it came out, so I've just added some doodling on there with that. So looking at the eyes, I'm adding now the highlights through her eyes with the Posca pen, adding an extra white in the light area of her nose and cheeks, and I was really happy with the way that brought out those details. I'm really enjoying where I'm going with doing my ladies, and some of them are turning out quite well, and I'm very happy with them. The only thing I think I need to work on further is eyes, and I'm having fun while I'm learning, so if I help you in any way, that's great. If I inspire you to challenge yourself and to create similar items, I am so happy. That is where I'm at here, and this is what I'm wanting to get out of my crafting. So I'm just adding final touches with my iCarvel pen and adding the eyelashes, because eyes never work without them. And now I'm adding some shading across the top of the eyes, as technically your eyelids shade your eyes, so that's what I'm doing here. So I'm adding extra shading, and as alcohol pens are still a little bit damp, you can actually rub them a little bit with your finger so before they actually dry, which is a great benefit for doing what you're doing. So thinking it's nearly finished, which it is, I'm going to find some wording to add. So I've added enjoy the journey. This is me smiling, and let's go exploring. Very appropriate, I thought, for this project, and I'm really am excited and happy with the result. I used, for the hair, I actually used the lines that the alcohol inks had created in the background. It just seems to work really well, but to actually paint and draw over the alcohol inks, I needed to seal them before I could go the next step. So in between each of these layers of paper and paint, I had to put the sealer, and I was using the Chroma Seal sealer that I've used in another project. So I will add more details on my blog as to what I used, and hopefully you can have some fun and taking your alcohol ink project another step further. So around the shadowing, I've actually used my Inktense pencil again, used a water brush, and I added the shadowing to those projects. So now I'm just going to add the glue that Rachel sells in her shop, which she said works really well, and I have used it after this particular first time, and I really do like it. I really like the way it actually sets it on the actual page, which is great, and it means I'm not wasting my glossy accents on doing things like that. So I don't know about you, but I'm happy. So I thought I'd also just kind of activate some of that ink on her top. Yep, I did. And I thought that went well too. So what will I do with her now? How will I add her to a journal? Or a frame of any sort, just to make it easier for me. So I'm actually going to cut out a square to sit as her backing to lay her on, and so she has a black backing. So I cut out a square of 12 by 12 Kazaz card in black, and I'm using that glue again from Rachel, which is a quick dry glue, which makes it life a lot easier. Put as much as I can on the back of the Yupo paper, and I center it and stick it down. And then all I needed to do then was to see if there was any loose edges like this, and I just added some more of the quick dry glue in those spots and just made sure I cleaned up as I went. So I hope you enjoyed a cut and shut version of this project. You saw me make a mistake, and now here is my final product. So my final project, sorry, not product. And so now, date and stamp. So I finished this project on the 9th of September. So, and this will be released near the end of this month. But it took a lot for me to find how to fix it. It wasn't too much time in the creation of it, but I had to be really happy. But I'd fell in love with it, and I'd done a few more projects for YZL, so I thought I'd leave this for a little bit longer before I showed this one, and showed that you can actually fix most mistakes and create something that you're happy with. And I'm very happy with my lady. So I will find a frame for her at some point, and I really did enjoy the journey, and this is so amazing, and let's go exploring. Thought that actually said I am smiling. Maybe that was just a fraudulent slip, but all good, I'm happy. So thank you for visiting Kataganya. I hope you enjoyed my honesty in what I've created, and I hope you give it a go and don't give up. Just keep on crafting. You just never know what you're going to achieve unless you push, which I did, and I challenged myself. So enjoy the journey. This is so amazing, and let's go exploring. So happy crafting from Diety, and I hope to see you soon in another video from Kataganya. And thank you to Rachel Ann for this great learning curve on this product. So please subscribe and share my videos. Bye for now.